top 10 most hated fragrances according to Chatgpt. Chatgpt, it's invading our society, it's everywhere these days, it's doing a whole bunch of stuff. So I decided to ask it, what are the top 10 most hated women's fragrances pretty much ever? And it did deliver. I do disagree with some of these things that it came up with, and I'm sure some of you will also disagree with what it came up with, but here's the list. So the first thing it mentioned on this list was Angel by Mugler. So it says it's known for its strong, sweet, and polarizing scent. Now, this one I do kind of agree with. Angel is very popular, but it is polarizing. I'm not a big fan of it personally. The thing about it, it's very sweet. Very, very, if you think of something sugary, candy, kind of cake sort of thing, you get Angel. It has some fruit notes, some florals, and then lots of dessert notes like vanilla, praline, caramel, these candy notes. So a lot of women really, really like it. A lot of men also enjoy smelling it on women, but it is polarizing because it is so sweet and so strong. It's kind of like really just like in your face sort of thing. So I can let it go with Chatgpt on this one. Then the next option is Poison by Dior. Chatgpt says it has a reputation for being intense and overpowering. Now this one I kind of am against because I like Dior Poison. It's an older scent, but it's famous. It has done really well throughout the years. It is strong. Again, it is kind of polarizing. I think most of these are probably polarizing, but I have never come across a Dior fragrance that I have disliked. And this is, again, I don't dislike it. It's a classic scent. Definitely not for everyone because it is pretty strong. But again, all of this is just so a matter of opinion. So, everyone to their own. The next one, I have mixed feelings about. The next one is Cool Water by Davidoff, and Chatgpt says some find it dated or too synthetic. I wouldn't find it synthetic. I would say it's pretty refreshing. But dated, I can kind of see. It's a classic. Dated wouldn't be my first insult if I had to give one. I would say it's just kind of bland. Davidoff Cool Water. It's nice, again, if you want something nice and refreshing. But again, it's kind of basic, kind of nothing special is going on. It's just kind of a typical fresh fragrance. So, I don't really hate or like Davidoff Cool Water, just kind of there. So, there you go. Then moving on to the next one. The next one is Georgio Beverly Hills by Georgio Beverly Hills, noted for its strong and bold floral scent. Again, this is one of those ones, like, it's not horrible, it's just, it's a floral fragrance. It's, again, just kind of there. I wouldn't say it's too much this or that, it's just kind of not too interesting, at least in my opinion. I would say it's just kind of typical, it's just a floral fragrance. What else would you describe it as? So again, kind of in the middle for me, but according to Chatgpt, it's extremely disliked. So then the next one is Jean Paul Gaultier Classique. So it says some find it too heavy and cloying. Cloying I can kind of see. Once it gets a little bit too heavy, cloying is the word. I would say it's not, again, none of these, in my opinion, none of these are horrible. I'm not a big fan of this particular one, the Classique. Some people do really enjoy it, it's made by Jean Paul Gaultier, so it's not horrible, but it could be a little bit better, But again, another one of those polarizing scents. So, next one. I'm kind of surprised about this one. White Diamonds by Elizabeth Taylor, considered old-fashioned by some. Old-fashioned, I can see it is an older fragrance, but I haven't really come across too many people who really say, I hate white diamonds. I hate Elizabeth Taylor's white diamonds. It's a famous fragrance. I mean, people do like it. I think it's alright. I think it's, bordering on the nicer side of things rather than the hated side of things. Again, it's not like a super interesting or intriguing fragrance. It's a little bit more typical, again. But I disagree with this one. I wouldn't say it's on my most hated list here. It is, I suppose, in the traditional sense, old-fashioned. I wouldn't consider it that. I mean, there are many older fragrances. Chanel No. 5 is many decades older, and people still love to wear it. So, old-fashioned, I don't really care for that term for fragrances. But moving on, the next one is Youth Dew. Now, here's one I really disagree with. Youth Dew by Estee Lauder, known for its spicy and oriental notes, which can be divisive. So, I completely disagree with this because Youth Dew. Hold on, I'll show you. Here it is. Here's the baby. Here's Youth Dew. Great. I love this fragrance. This is one of my favorites. Some people do call it the old lady fragrance, the grandma scent, so I guess I smell like a grandma sometimes. Beautiful, beautiful scent from 1953. It is super spicy. I mean, cinnamon, cloves, very heavy, very intense. It might give some people a headache because it's so strong. I like strong fragrances. And it does calm down to a nice powdery scent after a few minutes, so it's not crazy. I disagree with this, absolutely. I mean, I can see why it would be disliked for those who don't like really strong fragrances or really spicy fragrances. And probably among those who don't like, again, the old-fashioned fragrances, because again, this was from the 50s. I disagree with this. I think it's a really nice scent, but if you do dislike spicy, heavy scents, you probably would not like Youth Dew. So again, one of those polarizing things. Moving on, Britney Spears Fantasy. Celebrity fragrance here. Some view it as overly sweet and juvenile. Now I have to say something. The only celebrity scent I've ever tried, someone gave it to me, small little bottle. It was a Justin Bieber fragrance. I don't remember what it was called, but in my experience, it does seem that the younger crowd, because I was like 12, it does seem that teenagers and younger people gravitate towards celebrity fragrances, which is a good reason why they might be considered juvenile, even by Chatgpt. So, now, I've never actually smelled Britney Spears Fantasy, but I can imagine it probably is similar to what ChatGPT is describing, a little overly sweet and juvenile. So, I'm just going to go with that because I've never smelled it. Then, we're going to another celebrity one here, Kim Kardashian by Kim Kardashian. This fragrance has received mixed reviews, that's all it says, it doesn't say why. It seems to have some pretty varied notes. It has some lemon, orange blossom, some vanilla, orchid, musk, that sort of thing. If it's on the hated list, I imagine it smells pretty typical, maybe kind of strange or too overwhelming. Again, I never smelled this. I kind of don't wear celebrity fragrances that much. But I'm sure it has a pretty good reason for being on the most hated list here. I've also never heard of someone wearing Kim Kardashian perfume. If any of you have heard of, or if you wear it, let me know, because I've never seen or heard of anyone who wears this fragrance. The next one is Paris Hilton by Paris Hilton, another one, celebrity here. Some find it too fruity and reminiscent of body sprays. I don't mind body sprays, but they can be a little weak and a little, well, it says fruity. Maybe it smells kind of just like body wash. Maybe it's not that great. Maybe it just kind of diluted, watered down, not that great sort of smelling fragrance. But again, one of these, I haven't smelled these either. So if you guys know, tell me in the comments, I'm curious. But that's the list, from starting with Angel and ending with Paris Hilton. Now, I would say I kind of mixed feelings about most of these, except youth stew and maybe white diamonds. Those are fine in my opinion, and maybe Davidoff cool water. And poison. Okay, half of these I actually like, I guess. I just realized this. The other half I don't like. So I don't know where that puts me in this spectrum of things, but let me know what you guys think about this list, because again, it was generated by Chatgpt according to what it could pull from the information on the internet. So yeah, let me know what you guys either really hate or really love from this list. So if you like this video, leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I make videos throughout the week, so stick around for those.